Well, Stephen, we wanted to chat with you here today. Some folks have seen you the last couple of weeks with your invitation to the workshop on March 25th, Life Beyond Imagination. We're getting down to where we need folks to sign up now. And I brought in Stephen Fout, our governing board chairman, to tell you how excited he is about coming, but also to find out from you how some folks who might be on the fence can make the commitment to being with us. So I know you and Stephen are Facebook friends, so I'll let you guys get reacquainted here.
Good to see you again, Stephen. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, Stephen?
Fantastic. Really excited to have you come down. I'm excited because I'll be participating in the workshop as well. I'm excited to take the knowledge that Stephen's going to give us. But maybe there's someone on the fence who saw the information on Facebook. They're trying to weigh out. It's a Saturday, to commit my time. And I've worked all week. Like, what are they going to get out of it? Like, what can you tell someone who maybe is on the fence on signing up for the workshop that would convince them to say, you know what, I can't miss this?
You're right. And that's a great question. First of all, our Saturdays are valuable. I know. I mean, everybody just puts in so much time. And then Saturday is that day where they can breathe. And I think, Stephen, for me, the reason this is so important is because so many times we go through our week and we feel like we get to the point where we're underwater and we can't see where we're going. In fact, if that's where a person is at, that's what this kind of event will do. It allows them to come into the church on a Saturday and to get their head above everything that's going on in their lives and gain some clarity as for how God wants to use them to make a difference in the world.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm looking forward, to myself, to showing up for the workshop and getting a lot out of it. I'm always reinvested in my faith and in my education, to personally invest in myself to make me a better father, a better member of the church, and just an all better person. Now, I see there's an interesting person above your right shoulder.
Yeah, that's the guy that got it started for me, Mickey Mouse. I'm the pastor of Cast Member Church, which ministers to the 74,000 people who work here at Disney. They're called cast members. And it really started, this whole Life Beyond Imagination journey started with this picture. And it's hung in my office or in my home for over 20 years. I don't want to give the story away too much, but I can honestly tell you that because of this picture and because of all of the things that we've done at Disney over the last few years, we've really learned how to help people discover how God wants to use them uniquely. And yes, that guy has everything to do with it.
That's awesome. Well, we're really excited to have you down. And we don't want to give away too much of the content because when people sign up for it, you normally do workshops a lot longer than one day, but when they show up for that one day and devote their time to you, they're going to get a lot of exposure, a lot of content out of this conversation with you. So if there's one or two things that you can give away, maybe without giving away everything, that someone is going to be able to take away from this, what would you say to them as far as?
Well, I think the most important thing is there's a lot of talk about purpose out there, lots of books written on purpose and all, but most of them really focus on general things. My purpose in life is to glorify God. That's great. I mean, that's very true, but that's everybody's purpose. How are you created to glorify God? How are you created to serve God? So we really get into the specifics. Even though it's a group environment, I'm going to provide tools to help each person dig deeper on their own. So it's a one-day event, but there's a lot of stuff that they're going to be able to take with them to go home and have conversations with their friends and their family and be able to use those tools to dig deeper into what God is actually doing in them. The other thing, one of my favorite things to help people through is dealing with doubt and fear. I think that is probably one of the greatest obstacles to keeping people from accomplishing the things that God wants to do through them. And doubt and fear they're just always lurking around. And we tend to shy away from taking risks because we just either doubt ourselves, we doubt God, or we're afraid something, this could go wrong. I want to help people learn to push through that and not make stupid decisions, but really learn how to work through doubt and fear and get past some of those obstacles so that they can actually see that God wants them to have a life of biblical proportion. I know for me, I look at the Bible and I read all of these people, you know, Abraham, Moses, David, Joseph, and Paul and Peter, and I go, man, you know, that must have been incredible. But then I realized that I have the same God that they do. And he's called me to have the same kind of impact. Why am I not having that kind of impact? Doubt and fear. And so I want to help people learn how to push through that and experience some of those things that God did through people like that in the scriptures.
Well, Stephen, as you know, you and I have been friends for 5 years now. It's hard to believe, but it's been that long. And you've inspired me a lot over those years. And I really value our friendship, which is one of the reasons I want to bring you here and have you share what you've inspired me with the folks at Open Arms. So we're really excited about having you down, and we look forward to a great day that day. And we'll promise to feed you well while you're
I hear there's some good eating in New Orleans. So,
we know a few fatties.
You know, well, let me just say that I really am looking forward to this. I've been praying about it, and I really feel that God is going to do some amazing things. And so I'm just as excited as you all are, and I look forward to meeting everybody on that weekend.
Great. Well, thanks for your time today, Stephen. We'll see you soon.
All right. God bless you guys.
Thank you.
Bye now.